Okay, so in this tutorial video, I'm going to be walking you through how to find images that are safe to use in your project, how to upload them to WebLab, and then how to give attribution to whoever created that image that you are borrowing to use. So let's start off by talking about the pictures that we use for class projects. We have to make sure that we are giving credit to the person that created them. So we give attribution for any work that we borrow that's not our own. This means we have to find an image where we know the name of the author. We can give the source of the image, and we can give the license details that the author has selected for that image. So in doing this, we make sure that we're using that picture in the way that they intended, and we're making sure we give everybody credit whose work that we borrowed. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find an image that we can use for our project. All right. So I'm going to be making a website that's all about Barcelona. All right. So one of the resources online that's great for you to use for your school projects is Wikimedia Commons. And Wikimedia Commons is a great resource for your school projects because, number one, it's not blocked by our content keeper. So you are able to access it while you're here at school and on the Wi-Fi. And also, it makes all that information we need to find, like name of author, source of image, and license details, very easy to find. Because if we just find some random picture online, a lot of times we don't know this information about that picture. We don't know who took the picture. We don't know how they intended it to be used or what license they've selected for it. So we would have to find that information to use it in a school project, which automatically discounts a lot of the pictures that we might want to use. So we're going to be using Wikimedia Commons. Now, you may have found that if you go directly to Wikimedia Commons and you go to this website, you might find that you don't have access to it on the school's Wi-Fi or that it's blocked. You might have an easier time using it whenever you're at home on your own Wi-Fi, but at school, we can't go to the webpage directly, but we do have kind of a workaround for that. So let me show you what that workaround is. So I'm looking for pictures of Barcelona. And maybe the first picture that I want to find to use on my website will be a map of Barcelona. I can, just like I normally would, go to google.com, open up a new tab, and I can type in what I'm looking for images of. All right, so let's say I put in Barcelona map. All right. But I don't want to just put in that search term. I want to follow it up with the word Wikimedia, which will hopefully get me lots of results that come from Wikimedia Commons. All right. So I'm going to click on the Images tab of my results. And you can see here, there are lots of maps of Barcelona. And I want to focus on the ones that say Wikimedia Commons directly underneath the image, like you see here. If I see a result that says Wikimedia Commons underneath it, that means that I can go to the page at Wikimedia Commons and I can find out all kinds of great information about that image. So here's the picture I want to use. Beneath it, I can find in the summary the author. Here's the name right here, same her. And I can also find information about its license. All right, so if I scroll down a little bit, you can see that they have Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike. So it gives me all that information I need in order to give attribution or credit to the person who created the image, the author, the source, Wikimedia Commons, and all those license details. All right, so now that I found an image that I like, the next step is going to be to download it to my computer. So I'm going to hover my mouse above the picture, and I'm just going to right-click on the picture and select Save Image As. I want to make sure that I do not click Save Link As because this will not give me a file that I can use in WebLab. I have to make sure that I select Save Image As. When I click on it, I'm using a Chromebook. You'll see a little pop-up box appears where I can take the name. I can change it to something else. In this case, I'm going to call it Barcelona Map. And then click Save, and it will be in my downloads when I go to find it later. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save. Here it is in my Chromebook telling me that it has successfully saved it. And I'm going to make sure that I write down that information about the author and the license. So I have that information later whenever I need to put it in my web page. All right. So now that I have all of that information and I have my picture downloaded, the next thing I'm going to do is when I go to WebLab and I start my website project, I'm going to be adding that image to my project. So it shows up over here on the left-hand side with the rest of my files. So I add the image by clicking on the Add Image button, and a pop-up box will appear with the orange Upload File button. I'm going to click on that. And then it'll ask me to select a file to open. Now, I remember I saved that picture earlier, Barcelona map, under download. So I'll make sure that that's selected over here. And then I'm going to double click on Barcelona map in order to add it. Once I see the little thumbnail appear in this pop-up box, I'm good to go. I can go ahead and exit out. And then my picture in a few moments will appear over here on the left-hand side. Here it is, Barcelona map.png. All right. So that is how we find images and the information we need to give attribution.